Good morning, everyone. My name is Anisha, and welcome to another workshop which is being conducted on psychological first aid. There are a few ground rules that we will follow before the workshop begins and throughout. All right. So, first is keep your cameras and mics off. If you have any doubt, open your mic and you can speak up, raise your hand, or you can write it in the chat box. Also, kindly maintain decorum. The workshop is being recorded. Only the PPT and audio will. So, your names in the chat box are not being recorded. So, feel free to raise your hands and speak up. All right, now to our host for today, Ms. Aparna.
Thank you, Anisha. Thank you for sharing the rules with us. Hope everyone maintains that. So, as we have already reached the time, let's begin the workshop. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining this workshop on psychological first aid. I'm Aparna Gawande, working as a psychologist in MindTribe. With over an experience of 2 years, my expertise lie in anxiety, depression, workplace, self-esteem, and relationship. I have done my master's in applied psychology from Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. This workshop is for people who wants to be able to help others and wants to learn how to help others in a proper manner. In this workshop, we will see a brief overview of psychological first aid, why psychological first aid, what it is not, when do people need psychological first aid, common reactions, severity of reactions, action plan, tools, do's, don'ts, and a case scenario for you to understand how you can practically use it. So now, before I'll also request everyone to keep a pen and paper handy so that you can take notes, as it is not allowed to record this PPT or presentation or even take the screenshot. So before beginning this workshop, yes, okay. So before beginning this workshop, I have a series of questions for you guys. If your question to those series of questions is yes, give me a thumbs up. Have you guys made time to attend this workshop today? I see a lot of people giving me a thumbs up. Thank you guys. Have you ever been in an accident? Oh, I see. A lot of people have been in an accident. If your favorite color is blue. Okay, I see a lot of people giving me a thumbs up. And one thumbs down, yes. Have you ever lived in a place where there was a natural disaster? Okay, I see. A lot of people have gone through. Okay. Thank you guys for that response. Are you a good singer or a dancer? I see a lot of people, singers and dancers. Okay, few of them are not, but yeah. Okay. Have you ever helped someone in their emotional crisis situation? Okay, I see a lot of yeses, lot of thumbs up. That's a really amazing response, guys. Thank you. Yes, I will let you guys speak. People who are raising hand, I will let you guys speak after this activity. I have few more questions and then we'll take the questions. Um, have you lost someone close to you? Okay. Oh, your grandma. Okay. Okay. I have lot of thumbs ups. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. If you have a pet, okay. Few thumbs down. Yes. 4 pets. Dog. Nice. Okay. Yes. Yes. A pet dog. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for sharing. Do you have witnessed your friend or a close one dealing with the crisis situation? It might be a loss of someone or something. Okay. Lots of thumbs up. And a thumbs down as well. Okay. Okay. Do you want to learn how to help them? Yes. A lot of thumbs up. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for your interaction. Yes, a lot of people. You can raise hand if you want to share something, or you can even drop it in the text box. So anything related to the recordings or anything, I will take those questions at the end of the workshop. Is that okay with you guys? Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so I have seen like many of you have agreed that you have either gone through a personal crisis or a lot of even a natural disaster, and we have seen a lot of people going through it as well, right? Okay, so before Okay, so last two questions were: have you witnessed your friend or a close one dealing with crisis situation? And the last one was: do you want to learn how to help them? Okay, so now that we are done with the activity. Let's move on to understanding what psychological first aid is. Okay, so its definition itself says that it is an evidence-based approach built on the concept of resilience, human resilience, and it aims in reduce stress symptoms during a traumatic event or after a traumatic event, and a healthy uh, recovery for everyone. So we are not assuming that anyone who goes through a trauma will develop a psychological problem or something like that, but they might experience certain reactions to it. So that's the reason we need it. So let's understand why do we need it and what's the importance of it. So as you have as we have seen in the activity, a lot of people have gone through themselves, and lot of people are experienced it and seen others as well. So it is observed and it is researched as well that when people go through a painful situation, and if someone is there to help them or even listen to them, the intensity of the reaction reduces quite a lot. So it is important for us to be there. And as you see that many of us want, as you have joined this workshop, you want to learn how to do that, right? So it is seen that intensity of the emotions or the reactions reduces quite a lot. So this will help them deal with that situation better. Now that we understood why psychological first aid, let's understand what psychological first aid is. Psychological first aid is a human and supportive and a practical care that we can provide to a person who goes through them. Okay, it is a non-intrusive and a practical care that we are providing. where we are assessing their needs, if their concerns, providing them comfort. We are actively listening to them, but also simultaneously not pressurizing them to talk. We are and we are also protecting them from further harm. Is it clear for you guys what psychological first aid is? Thank you so much for your response, guys. Okay, now let's see what psychological first aid is not. It is not something only professionals can do. Like when we say it's a first aid that we are going to provide, yes, training is required, understanding it is required, but it is if you know it, you can perform it. Like we have seen in the physical first aid or medical first aid that we give. If you know it, you should do it. Similarly, if you know psychological first aid, you can administer it, but not in the level of a professionalism. But yes, it's a basic need and the need of the situation. You can do that. It's not a professional counseling. Remember, there is a difference between being there, helping there, and providing a professional counseling. So this is not a professional counseling. It's not a psychological debriefing. You're not going to give them details of what stress is, what the reactions are, or how you can deal with it. You are just going to be there, listen to them, and help them figure out what they are going through or how they are going through. Right? You're not going to ask them to analyze the situation and put time and order, to place the time things in order. Yes, just give me 2 minutes. I'll just finish this and I'll take your question.
The slide is not visible actually. Is it for only for me or for everyone? I'm not sure.
Okay, is anyone also facing the same issue?
It's visible.
Okay, I think then it's your problem.
Sure, okay.
Okay. So the last point that we were talking that it's not about pressuring them to talk. Like we said, they might be in shock. They might have gone through something very difficult, and if you pressurize them to talk, they are going to go in the shell mode. So do not pressurize them to talk or even tell them their stories to you. Now we have understood what psychological first aid is, it is not, and now we'll see when we can use it. So what are the natural disasters you guys can remember? Put it in the test chat box. Let's see. Flood, earthquake, yes, flood, tsunami, cloudburst, yes. A lot of landslides, yes, earthquake, hurricanes, yes, you're absolutely right. So yes, these are the financial crisis. Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Drought, yes. Thank you so much for your response, guys. Meteor, pandemic, yes, you guys are absolutely right. So these are the situations when we go through so much of loss. Like in natural disaster, we have seen people losing their houses, their properties. They have lost, even people lose their family members or their loved ones in those situations. It is a very difficult situation. But including those, we even have a personal loss or a small breakup for that matter, or losing something that was very valuable to you, or an accident. It might be a small, it might be big, depending on what kind of reaction we have. Everyone goes through a crisis situation in a different manner, right? So these are the situations when you can use psychological first aid. So from the earthquake to a personal crisis, you can use this psychological first aid in any situation that you see. Now that we have seen when we can use it, let's see the common reactions that people have in this situation. These reactions are divided into 5 categories. That is physical, behavioral, cognitive, emotional, and spiritual. So in physical, you can see shaking, sweating, loss of sleep, increase in heart rate, and lack of energy. In behavioral, you will see crying, screaming, laughter is also one of the sign. Hyperactivity, eating irregularities, or substance use. People start drinking alcohol or taking drugs, and so on. In emotions, you can see shock, fear, sadness, all the negative emotions start coming in. If you start getting irritation quite frequently, you become impatient, mood swings. In cognitive, there is poor concentration, confusion, disoriented thoughts, etc. In spiritual, you feel emptiness, loss of meaning in life, hopelessness, discouraged, negative thoughts about life or negative outlook towards life, doubting one's own faith in God, and anger towards God. Why this to me? Why me? Right? These questions come. Disconnect from people, we start isolating ourselves. When we say that these are the reactions, these are not you will find people reacting in a different permutations and combinations of this reactions that you have seen. There might be emptiness, shock, poor concentration, and physical, you might see sweating a lot. So these are kind of reactions that you will observe in people, right? Now let's see when it is considered very severe reaction. Okay, so when we talk about these reactions, those are reactions to a very abnormal situations. Those are very normal reactions to very abnormal situations, right? So when and with time this reaction might fade, but sometimes it happens that reactions don't fade with time, they start intensifying, they start increasing. Lot of disturbance in sleep, you start when you are not able to understand what is happening, you start uh, threatening to self harm yourself or someone others. Excessive use of drug, alcohol, and lack of sleep for several days, it might happen. And when the severity increases, you need to connect them to right people, and you need to follow up with them as well. So is there any question you want to ask regarding this reactions, or am I clear? Okay, thank you for your reactions, guys. Let's move on to the exercise. So now we have seen a lot of theory. We have gone through a lot of theory that we have seen what it is, how it is, when to use it, what it is not, what are the reactions. Everything was theoretical. Okay, so now let's do a small activity. So this is a breathing activity. In this before starting this activity, I'll request you all to sit in a comfortable position. One hand on your stomach, one hand you can keep comfortably wherever you feel like. I want you to feel your breathe and observe your breathe through your hand on the stomach. Okay, so in this exercise, I want you to breathe in till the count of 4, hold for till the count of 4, breathe out till the count of 4, and hold again till the count of 4. If you are feeling like I won't be able to do that, just use this image on the screen and try to sync your breathe with that, and take 4 to 5 breaths in that manner. I'll give you a few minutes of time, and once you are done, you can give me a thumbs up. Okay, I see thumbs up coming in. Okay, okay. So during this exercise, did you guys find yourself focusing on the breathe or the image more? Okay, I see thumbs up. Yes. Okay, that's really good. Yes. So this breathing exercise calms you down. It helps you calm your anxiety. and it will help you divert your senses to your breathe and to the present moment. Okay, so now that we are done with this activity, let's move on. Oops, guys, we have reached to an ad break. Just like YouTube, if it's free, there is an ad. We have an ad break here as well. So this is a presentation on one-on-one counseling with MindTribe. So let's see what they have for us. We have for you. So, what is the definition of one-on-one counseling? So, one-on-one counseling is a personalized and a confidential session between a client and a trained therapist. Here, you get a lot of insight on what are your thoughts, your behavior, your emotions. If there is any specific issue that you want to focus on, like anxiety, stress, or relationship, we can do that as well. And we do set goals for you guys, for you to go move forward in your life, professional growth or a personal growth, in that sort of manner. Now, let's look at what are the misconceptions regarding counseling. And one that we are going to look, that is, the counseling is only for sick people. In reality, it is not. It is for everyone who wants to become their best version, being better in the relationship or improve their existing relationship, make more friends, academic success, or even career advancement for that matter. Right, now you will say why we would choose MindTribe for that. So MindTribe has, there are a lot of talented counselors here, and they have a lot of experience as well. They are very skilled, and the counseling sessions here are very affordable, ranging from 500 to 5,000 depending on the seniority of the counselor. So our first sessions are also very cheap. Like you can take the initial experience in just 99 rupees. It's just a minimal cost that you will have to pay. And with that, we have like affordable packages leading from depending on what kind of need you have or what kind of preference you have for that. So if you have any questions regarding one-on-one counseling, you can put it in the chat box, or you can ask. If not, you can give me a thumbs up and we can move ahead. Okay, lots of thumbs up. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, so now as we have seen the basic things like what it is not, now let's see what we are going to do in that situation, right? So now we are looking at action principles. Prepare, look, listen, and link. You might say these are just the words that we have. Now let's look what let's see all the steps in very detail. Okay, when we say prepare, what are we preparing for? We are preparing for a crisis event. What services are available and what safety and security there will be. So now let's see in crisis event what are we going to do. So most basic things that you are going to learn is what happened, where it happened, when it happened, and how many people are affected. Like let's say there was a flood, okay, and in that this like say 50 families were affected, and there are a lot of children, lot of old age people who that are affected. It happened during the monsoon season, like in August. Okay, as we have just left the monsoon season, we have the fresh memory of where the floods were, how it went, and even the situations that are going on right now because of it. We have faced a lot of loss due to floods and that, right? So here we are going to learn about how much as we can. We are going to learn about it. Now, once we have that information, we are going to learn about the available services there, right? Like medical care, food, shelter, what kind of like where people can get the access, like people let's say Indian government is helping or an NGO is helping, or people in the community have started coming in to help people, right? So here we are going to see about the emergency medical care, food, shelter, plus the services that are available, and in community who is helping them, right? And I'm telling you, make sure you take a note of it, make a handouts or write it down somewhere, and you take it with you when you go on the field. Now we have seen what the services are available. Now let's see what the securities that we are going to face, or secure safety part that we are going to see. So in this, like in the case of earthquakes, there are aftershocks. In floods, there might be chances of water clearing out, or flooding again, or flooding more, right? So that brings a lot of damage to the environment. Buildings get shaken up, their bases, and they might fall at any time. We don't know. So we need to take care of, like, what the crisis is. The crisis still going on, or what is happening there? In case of like fights, or even case of war, if the fights are going on, if the accident has passed away, or what happened in that, so we have to take care of that, right? And what are the dangers that are there? And if you are going there to help them, you need to understand what kind of securities there are, like what kind of buildings are, where you can go, where you cannot go, what is the high risk area, what is the low risk area, where you can move and connect to people, and so on. And if it is very intense crisis that has happened, like a huge earthquake, 7 pointers earthquake that we have, or a huge flood, then chances are you might not be allowed to go there, and that's completely fine. Keep yourself safe before you go there, right? So make sure you get the permissions if there are any. Make sure that you know where the high risk areas are, and what are the conditions going on there, right? So now we have seen what to do before going there and what to do there. Now let's talk about something that you will have to do on a daily basis to be able to help them. Like we have listened to this a lot of times, that we cannot pour anything from an empty cup, right? So if you are not healthy enough, or you are not mentally strong enough to help them, you won't be able to keep your calm during those crisis situations, right? So for that, we need to practice self-care on a daily basis. And that self-care can be divided into three parts, that is physical, mental, and social. In physical, we talk about food, daily activities, also sleep. It is very important. And next we talk about as a mental health, understanding your emotions, able to communicate them and managing them, and connecting to people. We are social animals, guys. We need people around us, right? So making friends, connecting to people, very important. So is the point of prepare clear to you guys? If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay. Thank you for your response. Thank you. Okay, I see. I'm okay. That's really good. Now, let's go through the next action principle, that is look. With this action principle, you are on the field. You are in the area where the event has happened. Okay, so now what are we going to do? First thing, that is we are going to observe. We are going to look. And what are we going to look? Sorry. So what are we going to look? We are going to look for safety. People with obvious urgent needs and serious distress reactions. Okay. Now, when we say safety, in safety, what are we going to see? So remember the high risk areas and the low risk areas that you have known about before coming here. Make sure you point them out and make sure you are away from there. If you feel that the risk that you calculated coming here is higher than you think it is, do go home. Do not enter the scenario at all, because it increases the load on you. You put yourself in harm, but you also increase the load on people who are actually taking care there, right? People with medical like medical assistant, or people who are rescuing them, they might face a load of as the crisis is going on, they might be in high pressure to rescue most of the people alive. So do not add to that pressure, right? So if you feel that there is any situation that you can put yourself in harm, do not go. And if you feel that it is all right, we can communicate from a distance, maintain safe distance from the high risk areas, and keep yourself safe. Okay, so now that we have seen what in safety what we are going to do, let's move on to the next one. When we are going to observe with what are the basic urgent needs that they need. So in the high risk areas, when people are going, let's consider one thing. Like let's take an example of a flood. Okay, so there is flood. People are on their terraces, sleeping on their rooftops and all, and there you are going through a boat. Now you have to observe what the most thing is that once you take care of the safety, the most thing that you have to see is who is critically injured. Okay, people who are critically injured, they need to get medical help at the criticalest point, right? They need it as soon as possible. Then who needs to be rescued, who needs to bring in a safe who needs to be taken to a safe place, or who needs what, and what are the obvious needs that they have, like food, shelter, or drinking water for that matter. In flood, you don't have what, even if around you everything is water, you cannot drink it, right? So water is also one thing, clothes is also one thing that you have to take care of. And who needs access to the services. So people who need access to the services, you can scan them and categorize that in your mind as well. And who around you, who is available to help them with you, right? So after taking these things into consideration, let's move on. Well, let's see what we are going to do. Now the next thing is that who are in need, like extreme distress need. For example, people who have who use wheelchair, or people with disabilities, they need to be taken care of first, right? So you need to take care of that, and you have to see who is emotionally reacting in a very intensive manner. If they are immobilized, or they are not able to connect to other people, or they are in extreme shock, you have to take care of that, right? So here we are moving on to next action principle, that is listen. If the look is clear, you can give me a thumbs up, or you can ask me if there is any doubts. Okay. Yes, I see people raising their hands. Yes, go ahead. Ms. Zan, if I'm taking your name correctly, you can go ahead.
Yes मैम, you are taking my name correctly. Thank you. मैम, जो आपने लुक बताया, तो लुक में तो वही समझ में आया कि जैसे कोई भी डिजास्टर हुआ है तो जो लोग फर्स्ट एड या वॉलंटियरिंग करने के लिए पहुंचते हैं और मदद करते हैं, तो लुक में तो बेसिक वही चीज लगा जो हम समझ पाए। उसमें तो हमको यही दिखा कि अगर कोई सेफ जगह है तो वहां पे ले जाइए, जो ज्यादा इंजर्ड है उसको पहले मदद पहुंचाइए। तो इसमें तो यही ज्यादा दिखा, इसमें तो साइकोलॉजी वाला भी इन्वॉल्व नहीं हुआ है अभी। तो समझिए कि बेसिक फिजिकल वाला जो इन्वॉल्वमेंट रहता है कि इंसान का जान बचाना है, उसको सेफ जगह पे ले जाना है, वो वाला भी इन्वॉल्वमेंट आया था ना लुक वाले में।
Yes, that's correct. That's the first involvement that you have to do, because you have to understand that, like in when you are talking about psychological needs, you cannot move ahead if the person is in a very distressed situation physically as well, or their physical needs are not met. Let's say the person you are talking about is hungry for lot of days, like 2-3 days right now. Will he be able to talk to you if he is hungry? You need to give him food first, right?
Yes ma'am, yes.
Exactly. So that's what we are going to do. Yes, psychological part will be involved, definitely, but it is coming ahead.
Okay ma'am, thank you ma'am.
Thank you for your question. So now so hope that is clear. So let's move on to link. Now here we have started to make contact, right? we are making contact with people now. We are asking them about their needs, and we are listening them and helping them stay calm, right? So when we talk about making contact, what are we going to do? So the psychological aspect that we are going to learn is mostly in the lesson and the link part, right? So let's see how we are going to do that. Approach respectfully. See, people who are going through this situation might be in lot of shock, and they might not be even able to verbalize what they want, right? So when we say approach respectfully, we mean don't be very arrogant about, oh, I'm going to help you. No. And don't show your pity that, oh my god, why this happened to you? You should not be in this situation. No. They are in that situation. You need to help them there. Do not show them too much of pity. I know we feel pity, but when you show pity, it becomes very sympathetic that okay, they are just pitying us. That should not happen. Okay, introduce yourself by name, saying like, hello, I'm Aparna and I'm here to help you. That's it. That's what you're going to do when you're making contact. If they say no, that I don't want your help, leave them alone, because when we are in shock, we might not be able to understand how what is going on, or why are they even here to help us. There is a lot of confusion in our head, and we are they might not even be able to put things into place right now. So if they say no, respectfully leave from there and keep them into your periphery, that you know that they are there, but don't approach them. And if people say that yes, I want your help, take them to a safe and quiet place and try to make them comfortable. Give them a blanket, water, or whatever that is, and try to make them feel that you are safe with me. You can even say that don't worry, I'll try to take care of you as much as possible, and let's see what we can do. And once you set the rapport with them, that you have approached them, you have asked what if they need their help, now you're going to ask them the question that if you have anything urgent you want to that you need. See, chances are that needs will be very obvious. You can see that their clothes are torn, they are very hungry and so on. But chances are that they might not be able to say they might not want it from you as well. So even if it's obvious, ask them what they need. So when they say that this is their priority and this is what they need, help them accordingly. Like if they need shelter, if they need food, help them with that first. Now, let's see what you can do to make them feel calm. Stay with the person. Uh, have you ever felt that in very situation that you were there, and if someone would have been there to listen to you after certain situation, that might have made you feel a little better, or you just wished someone was there with you? Has it happened to you guys? Yeah, see, so when you are there with them and you feel a lot, that might make them just feel better that yes, someone is there to help me, or someone is there to even listen to me. That comfort itself helps them deal with that situation better. So, in that, we will be adding more of the tools as well for you to be able to use there, right? Like breathing exercises, grounding techniques that will help them feel calm and make sure they are not alone. Even if you go somewhere, or you try to connect to other people, make sure they have someone beside them to talk to, or just there, right? Okay, now, so this was the last pointer for the lesson. Do you have any doubts in this? If not, you can give me a thumbs up. Okay. You see that thumbs up are coming in. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for your attention as well. So now this is the last action principle or the last step that you are going to do. In this, the basic thing, basic addressing their basic needs, accessing services, helping them cope with the problem, relevant information, giving them relevant information, connecting them to loved ones and support. Okay, so now when we say the basic things, so remember basic needs, what we mean. Remember, the in prepare we made a list of services and people who are going to help them and what kind of services are available and all the information before coming here. And I mentioned that make handouts or the notes and take it with you. That will come in handy here. When you say you are going to link them or provide them support, here you will give them relevant information, right? Whatever they want, request like food, then you will know where to get the food, water or clothes or the shelter. You will know exactly where to point them or to direct them in that direction, so that they will be able to meet their basic needs. If you have promised something, like I'll be back, I'll check up on you, please do that. Please keep your promises, because if that might be a very trivial thing or you might have just said in the situation, but it becomes very important. Have you guys ever have it ever happened to you that somebody promised and they did not uh, follow through with that promise and you felt bad? Right, it does feel bad when people don't keep their promises. Similarly, it might not be very important to you, but for them it is very important for you to go back and check up on them. So please do that. Now, uh, when we say link, right, help them cope with their problems, how are we going to do that? So in that situation, imagining people on the rooftop sitting and prioritizing what they want, they might be in shock, right? I'm repeating this a lot of time that they might be in shock, but believe me, they will be in shock. So and they might not be able to prioritize what they need. So you can sit with them, talk to them and make a list of the things that they need and they have to do, right? So you can and then you can help them prioritize that these things you can do after a day, these things need your attention right now. You can suggest how they can proceed with those needs. And we are not going through that alone, right? People are there to help. Like there are a lot of support systems, group therapy sessions and support groups that are there, right? A lot of volunteering programs and so on. A lot of things are there. People just need to be directed in the correct direction. So when you give suggestion, make sure you point them to the direction, and that should be their own choice that should lead them there. When we have all gone through a lot of crisis situation, when right, so when they are dealing with that, try to remind them that what they have gone through before and how they have dealt with it. If they say that yes, I have dealt with it in this manner, so you will understand, yes, they can come out of it. They just need to be reminded what they had gone through. Okay, so you can remind them what they can do. So before moving on to tools, is there any questions regarding link, or if you have understood it, you can give me a thumbs up. Okay, yes, I see a lot of everyone has understood it. Okay, so one activity that we have already done is breathing exercise, the box breathing exercise that we have done. So just a reminder, in this this breathing technique, inhale till the count of 4, hold till the count of 4, exhale till the count of 4, and hold till the count of 4. To be able to see the results of it, you need to perform this at least 7 to 8 times. then you will see lot of changes in yourself and the person you are introducing that to, right? So now let's see a different tool, that is it's a grounding technique called 54321. It's a very simple technique that you can introduce in this technique. What happens is when you direct your mind towards your senses, all the five senses that you have, you're going to direct your mind towards them and bring them into a present moment. Okay, so let's do this activity together. So first thing, first you can drop your answers in chat box. Okay, tell me five things that you can see around you. Okay, pen, copy, table, chair, bulb. Yes. Laptop, flower, pen, notepad, table. Yes. Water bottle, phone, book. Yes. Okay. I see a lot of responses coming in. Okay, now let's move on to a second one. Four things that you can touch. Okay. Bed, pen, table, book. Okay. Floor, bed, slipper, chair, desk. Okay. Lot of responses. Okay. 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 Now that we have done the second one, let's move on to the next one. That is three things that you can hear. Okay. Ceiling fan, birds chirping, car honking, your voice, TV. Yes. Okay. Your voice, my sister, vehicle horn, grandpa's voice, your voice, cooking voice. Okay. Okay. So now let's move on to the next one. Two things that you can smell. Room freshener, candle scent, perfume, my hair. Okay. Room freshener, tea, smell of food getting cooked, room freshener. Okay. Perfume, dhupatti, chandan. Okay. Okay. So now name the one thing that you can taste. Saliva. Okay. Apricot tea, water, lip balm. Okay. Water. Okay. Snacks. Okay. Carrot. Food, water. Okay. Kit Kat. Okay. Sweets. Okay. So now, when you were thinking about things that you are looking around, touch, hear, taste, or even smell, were you thinking about what this presentation is about, or what what were your thoughts going on? Were you thinking about that, or were you focused on the things that are around you? Okay, both. Both. Okay, no. So when you say no, does that mean that you were focused on things around you or not? Focused on things. Okay, I was more focused on my surroundings. Yes, that's what this grounding technique is developed for. This grounding techniques diverts your senses, diverts your mind towards the senses. Okay, focusing on things. Okay, these are really great responses, guys, and thank you so much for responding to this. So in this technique, it's bringing yourself in your surroundings and being able to focus on the present moment rather than being stuck either in the past or the future, right? So when you are on the field, you can use the this grounding technique, or the breathing exercise that we did earlier, to help them feel calm and to be able to understand what's going on around them and bring themselves in the present moment. Right. Now that we have seen tools, let's see what are the do's, what should we do, and what is promoted to be done. To be honest and trustworthy. Remember, you are going to be their helping hand. So them being able to trust you or to be honest to you, you also need to be honest to them, right? So be honest with them. Respect the person's right to make their own choices. Do not force them to make any choice. You can give them suggestions, but leave the decision on them. Okay, be aware of your set biases and prejudices and set them aside. Remember that everyone is human being. Everyone is going to need your help in some or the other way. So be aware if you are if there are any prejudices or the biases that you have, and try to help them as a human rather than a girl or a boy, looking at them with a gender or a culture or a religion for that matter. Make it clear that if they deny your help right now, they can talk to you after that as well. Like if they want help in future, they can come to you as well. If they deny it right now, respect their privacy and keep their personal stories confidential. Remember, it's not your story to tell. If they don't want, and we should not spread any gossips or anything like that. So keep their stories confidential. Behave in an appropriate according to gender, culture, and age. Let's consider that you are a guy and the person you are going to help is a girl or a woman. We need to keep that appropriate distance, right? If you go very close to them, they might get uncomfortable, right? So we need to take that into consideration. Culture differences, their ages, we need to take everything into consideration when we are helping them. Now, let's see what we cannot do or what is not allowed. Do not exploit your relationship as a helper. Never ask for money or favor for helping them. Don't make false promises. If you know you won't be able to follow them up, do not make false promises. It might be really hurtful or very it might disappoint them a lot. Or give them false information. False information can lead to severe consequences. So if you are not sure of anything, do not share it with them at all. And do not exaggerate your skill. If they ask you to do something and you exaggerate your skill, you might not be able to perform, and that might lead to consequences for you and for them. So it's better to keep it honest that this is what I can do for you and this is what I can't do for you. Okay. Do not force help on anyone, or don't be intrusive or pushy. If they don't want help, respect their decisions and move aside from there. You can keep an eye on them, making sure they are not harming anything or themselves, and keep your distance from them. If they want help, do give them help, but don't be intrusive or pushy. Don't share personal information to anyone. You can keep their information to yourself. If needed, you can share what they want to. Otherwise, do not share anything, specifically names or what where we are staying. And do not judge people's actions or feelings. Remember, it's not your story. It's You are not whom that story is related to, right? So you have no right judging their actions or feelings. Okay, so make sure you take that into consideration. Now that we have seen what we can do, what we cannot, and the action principles, I'll give you an scenario where the crisis has happened, and let's say based on this today's training, you will be trying to help them. Okay, so let's consider a flood. It has destroyed a lot of houses, and many people have suffered, and you have decided to give them psychological first aid based on today's training. So let's see what are the steps you are going to take. For prepare first, what are you going to prepare and what are you going to take into considerations? You can raise your hand and answer, or you can type it in the chat box. I'll give you for a few minutes to do that. Get information about flood severity and the impact. Okay. Gather information about the area affected, people affected, future climate situation. Correct. What, where, when, how many, how are they affected. Correct. Yes, you're on the right track, guys. Okay, how many people are affected? Is there more rain coming up? Anticipated? Okay. Severity of things and affected, what needs, food, shelter, safe place. Exactly, guys, you are going in a very right direction. This is all the things that you are going to take into consideration. What needs to be done immediately? Yes. Okay, so as we have seen, like you guys are correct. Like what happened, where it happened, when it happened, how many people are affected, what are the services available, what are the security, what are the high risk areas, whether the things will be ongoing or not, who are available for helping you guys. Yes, these all are the things that you are going to consider. Now let's move on to the second step, that is look. What are you guys going to do in look? Okay, look for organizations who can help them fulfill basic needs and safety. Yes. Government assistance. Yes. Remember, with look, you are on the field. So, what are you going to observe in the field? Who are injured, need help? Yes. Severe distress, helpline numbers, small children, babies, elders, pregnant female, most distressed people. Yes. Safety areas. Yes. Yes. Basic provisions. Just to sum up this, we are going to look for obvious dangers in environment. What are the who are the people in severe distress? What are their basic needs? What are the obvious basic needs? And who are reacting very strongly to those situations? Right? Yes, safe place and available amenities. Yes. Now let's move on to next step. That is listen. Listen empathetically. Yes. Okay, so in listen without judging, correct? Listen carefully to their urgent needs, help them with their way of needs, help them feel calm, correct? Introduce myself, ask them whether they need any help, yes, correct? Specific needs, ask them their needs without assuming, correct? Empathy and not sympathy, correct? Acknowledge their pain, yes. Keep it confidential, yes. Very important point as well. Okay, so in this, just to summarize this all, in listen, we are going to listen to their story, their needs, their concerns, and we are not going to push them, keeping their stories confidential and letting them express their problems. Okay, great. Yes. Yes. Try to make them feel that they are cared. Yes, definitely. Now, let's move on to link. What are you guys going to link them to? Available services. Yes. Organizations' basic needs, immediate support, lost loved ones, basic source like food, water, shelter. Yes, exactly. And in case of need of like emergency medical need or like mental health need, if they are showing lot of distress reaction, yes, help them how to cope. NGOs for a support system, hospital referring them to counselors. Yes. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you guys for responding. And yes, you all are correct. We need to link them to different services, different basic needs, and a lot of other things. Okay, so in that point, here are some of the services that are there. This all are mental health services where you can link them or connect to them and ask them for help. I'll just wait here for 2-3 seconds so you can note it down, and then I'll move on to a different slide. Okay, so now when we are talking about resources, let's talk about what are the resources that MindTribe is offering. So our motto encapsulates our mission, that is empowering mind and transforming life. We provide counseling services at a competitive rate of 600 per 45 minutes per session. Additionally, ensuring accessibility to our support services. To in the for there are a lot of like we have different packages as well, like in the form of like 3 sessions, 4 sessions, 6 sessions, and so on. As token of our appreciation, we will be happy to take 3 fortunate individuals for a complimentary consultation. Detail will be shared on the WhatsApp group in the coming days. Now we are talking about this. Let's see what are the different services that are available as well. You might have listened about Dr. Prerna Kohli. She is our esteemed founder of MindTribe and a very distinguished psychologist in India. Her remarkable achievements include being a 4 times gold medalist, published author, recipient of prestigious President of India award. Under her visionary leadership, MindTribe provides a comprehensive range of services like affordable counseling that we have already talked about, free group therapy. So we have like a 12 week program where free group therapies are given once a week, and you can join there. You will get a lot of support from us, and it's also free. And there are a lot of self-help tutorials, guided meditations, insightful podcast in the YouTube channel of MindTribe. For inquiry of assistance, you can feel free to reach out to hello at MindTribe or the WhatsApp number given here. If you guys have any questions, you can ask now. Yes, Kushi, go ahead.
I want to ask that you talked about in a situation a person needs when there is some natural crisis.
Okay.
What what if someone